Matondo na Nzambe for another somebody samba Sabbath. I like to say Nkimbo na Nzambe Matondo KONGO for all his great kindnesses, his Lutundo Lesotho, respect Lesotho to all the Yayas and their great ancestors that stand before the Most High KONGO. We give honor, Lesotho, to the whole house of Izolale. Now, we give Matondo to Tata Nzambi for what he's doing in the earth. So this week I was reminded of something the Most High taught me years ago, many years ago. Hopefully I can be an encouragement to you all today, all who watch this, that not to take heart or have fear in your heart of what's taking place in the earth. I know great turmoil is going on. There's a lot of fear mongering going on. But we have to be reminded that we serve the true and living Most High Yah Creator. And as we continue to strive to be in his will and walk in his way, his promises are upon us. And, you know, a lot of people in 2019 was talking about, or before 2019 came, there was a lot of people talking about, oh, we going home, 2019, we going home, we getting out of here. And 2019 came and went, and we're still here. But I already knew, because the Most High had spoke to me before then, when all this 2019 was coming out. And we have to remember something, that when our ancestors was in physical Egypt, and when he raised up Moses, and Aaron, his brother, and when they went before Pharaoh to urge him to let the people go, the Most High had already told them that Go and tell Pharaoh to let my people go. But he ain't going to do it because I will harden his heart. So the people, the demonic forces that rule this earth, that refuse to let us go, to refuse to do what is actually right, the Most High is hardening their heart. It's something I kind of lost sight of. It's the Most High's doing. It is the Most High's doing that he is hardening the hearts of these rulers, these different kings, and whoever's in the authority, or so-called whoever's behind the scenes, that's pulling the strings of the puppet. Because guarantee you, every president that has been and possibly will be are puppets in the United States and the enemy kingdoms of Dr. and Zombie, even in the homeland, the motherland. And I know there's a lot of, there's a lot of upheaval going on. A lot of coups has taken place. I hope, and in my heart, I believe this is the Most High's hand working in the kingdom. But I want to encourage you to stand in the will of the Most High, stand in his power, stand in his way, stand and be strengthened in your mind that no matter what takes place in the earth, as long as we are walking or striving to walk upright before the Most High, his protection is upon us. Okay, so a few scriptures have came to mind today. I don't plan on being very long-winded today. This is Ephesians 6 chapter. Finally, my brother. I did something wrong. Sorry about that. I did something wrong. I didn't share my screen. Okay, here we go. All right. There we go. All right. Finally, my brother. This is Ephesians 6 chapter, starting at the 10th verse. Finally, my brethren. Finally, my brethren, be strong in Taten Zombie and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yah, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness in this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So the title of this message is The Enemy That You Don't See is in the enemy that you do see. The enemy that you don't see is in the enemy that you do see. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yah, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand, Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth. KONGO. Having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Datin Zambi, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all preservation and supplication for all Muntu, saints. So we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. But the thing about this is that our spiritual enemy, the devil, and or devils. So you remember when Isaiah was he was someplace and he was getting ready to cast out a demon, and he asked the demon his name, and the demon said, I am Legion, for we are many. So we often take for granted that our spiritual enemy, the one we don't see, is legions of demons in the earth. Legions, I mean, many, 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 more than not, a magnitude of demonic forces around us that some have, the Most High has given the capability to actually see in that particular realm. And yeah, the Most High has given some the ability to see in that realm. I see through the word of the Most High. Like I'm trying to explain to you that it is the forces the enemy that we don't see is in the enemy we do see. So it's just because you think you know somebody, I mean, you can actually think you know somebody all your life. You get into dirt together, you come out of dirt together, you start going to church, you start getting your life together and think you getting right with the Most High. I'm sad to say, I'm telling you, I've been there. I have experienced it most of my life. That people on the street, people that you work with, your different acquaintances, and yes, family members. Sometimes even family members. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let me see. Okay. So okay, I lost it. I'm sorry. All right, I got it. All right. So this is Psalms 55. Psalm 55. I'm gonna start at the first verse. Give ear to my prayer, O Tatan Zombie, and hide not thyself from my supplication. Attend unto me and hear me, and hear me. I mourn in my complaint and make a noise because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked. For they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. My heart is sore pain within me, and the terrors of death are fallen upon me. Fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror hath overwhelmed me. I said, "Oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away and be at rest. Lo, then would I wander far off and remain in the wilderness." Selah. I would hasten my escape from the windy storm and tempest. Destroy, O Tatan Zombie, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from their streets. It should be mouths. That should be mouths. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm talking loud enough. For it was not an enemy that reproached me. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. One of David's sons, I can't remember where it's found, but one of David's sons actually sought to kill him. This was our problem in the kingdom of Congo. The Most High has a place for everybody, but everybody is not capable of being in an authoritative or a leadership role. Some people only have the capabilities to receive direction and order and carry them out. Some do it well and with a good, cheerful heart. Some do not. Some are have the spirit of jealousy and contentment for the rulership that the Most High has put up in the kingdom. And sometimes those are our close relatives, our close friends, telling me what I know, not what somebody told me. Then I could have borne it, neither was it he that hated me that did magnify himself against me, then I would have hid myself from him. So if your enemy, those that hate you, show that they hate you, those that you know are your enemy, that actually are coming against you, that you know, then you would know how to handle it. You know what to do about it. But when it's somebody, 13th verse, but it was thou, a man, my equal, my guide, and my acquaintance. See, we think we know people that's in our inner circle. We think we know people that's in our inner circle. But I'm telling you, we need to be very, very mindful and watchful, in particular this day and time. How do you think all those coups that happen in years gone by and even ancient times, it's always the person that's close to you? Satan in the kingdom of Zulu in heaven was the Most High's closest angel, who started the insurrection, started a war in Zulu. You understand? We took sweet counsel together and walked unto the house of Yah in company. See what I'm talking about? We have to be very mindful of this. We have to be very mindful of this and be very prayerful. Let death seize upon them and let them go down quick into hell. For wickedness is in their dwellings and among them. As for me, I will call upon Thatan Zombie, and Thatan Zombie shall save me. Even evening, morning, and at noon will I pray and cry aloud. These are the oblation times. These are the oblation times. Evening oblation is from like 3 to 6. Morning oblation is like 6 to 9. And at the noontime, like 11, 12, 1 o'clock. I will pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. He hath delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. So even growing up, me myself, I didn't have a lot of friends. As a little child, all through my entire life, I really never had a big circle of friends. I had people I hang out with when I was doing dirt. People I used to party with. We was all a spoon, while we was partying and stuff. But once the Most High took all that out of me, and I start trying to walk in the ways of the Most High and keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. And at this time I'm in reference to, I was on Facebook. And when the Most High is working things in you, and you see and you know the miracles that the Most High has performed in you, you want to share them with people and try to get people to wake up, basically. And it's if the Most High don't do it, it's not going to be done. If the Most High don't wake people up, it's not going to be done. So we have to pray that we have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to perform that which He wants us to do in our personal life and in amongst the lives of our people that we love and care about and have close relationship with. And it's a hard thing to have in a person's mind the possibilities of your loved ones being lost. And maybe that's why the Most High had never really given me close, really close friendships in my life. The ones I did had, I thought I had, there was the ones that was like this, that we took sweet counsel together, we talked with each other, we encourage each other, and when we had trouble, we went to talk to our elders together and all this stuff, walked to the house of Yah together. Those that I thought were my friend really was my enemies. And I know I'm not a one-off. He had delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me. For there were many with me. Thought the zombie shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old. Selah, because they have no changes, therefore they fear not Tata and Zombie. They fear not Yah. I did a message changes good one time. And there's a scripture that I can't remember where it's found, but it says, he that changes not. How's it go? I forget. Basically, it's talking about a person that won't change. It's like it's a fool. Oh, a wise man changes, but a fool never changes. So, when I was on Facebook, at that time I had been through a lot already in my life. I from the time I out of the military back in 1990, from the time 1990 to like 2012, 14, round about, that's where time it was, 2012, 2013, somewhere around there, when I was on when Facebook first came out. The Most High brought a lot of changes through that, in that time span, from 1990 to the early 2000s. A lot of changes had took place in my life. So been expressing on Facebook. This is how I managed to gauge them. I'm talking about a story. Okay. So, you have how, Facebook, you post things and you express things, trying to encourage people, trying to awaken people. And a close acquaintance of mine had passed away. He was little. He was a little younger than I was, maybe like 2 years younger than I was, or 2 years younger than I am, and passed away. And I went to a funeral, and his family, I was close to. I hung out there before I was in the military. I hung out there all the time, and it's a strange thing when you are in a certain place in your life and you're doing everything that everybody else is doing. Everything is always aces. But when the Most High makes changes in you, and uh you walk in those changes, and then a time comes where you you go to see um those people that you used to hang out with, everything ain't gonna be aces. You know, uh Paul talked about it. I think Paul or Peter, but talked about it, what uh that they think it's strange that you don't uh continue in the same riotous living that they are. So very few people spoke to me, and his older brother that we used to we all used to hang out together. I'm trying to speak to him and be cordial and everything, because I thought we was all good. We never parted as enemies, you know. And he never spoke a word to me. Never spoke a word to me. But his wife, we was close, and she came right in the middle of the funeral and hugged me when she saw me, and that was encouraging to me, you know. So be very fully aware that your enemy that you don't see is in the enemy that you do see. And people may be very cordial to you and friendly. Don't make them your friend. Just because somebody is nice and kind to you, don't mean they're your friend. You got to remember, Satan is cordial to his enemies. Satan is cordial to his enemy. How do you think he deceived Mama Eva, Mother Eve? Everything in the scripture is not exactly how it happened. Be well aware of that. Okay. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Didn't I just say that? His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Didn't I just say that? I just explained this right here. Cast thy burden upon Thought and Zombie, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. So I keep saying this. As long as we're striving, as it says someplace, strive to enter in at the straight gate. For wide is the gate or the path that leads to unrighteousness, and many there be go in thereat. But straight is the way and narrow is the way that leadeth to the path of righteousness, and few there be that find it. Only a few, only a remnant. Cast thy burdens upon Thought and Zombie, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved or removed. But thou, O Thought and Zombie, shalt bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not leave out. Oh, live out half their days, but I will trust in thee. He shall never leave thee nor forsake thee. And because this is Matthew 24, focus verse 15. But we're going to read let's see, 12. Let's see, chapter. Okay, I think I better read more of this than I thought. And Isaiah went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him to show him the buildings of the temple. And Isaiah said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. So this is kind of off subject, but to let you know where the land is not. So that Wailing Wall that people go there and they put all these different notes or whatever they're putting in that wall, that was not a building, a wall of a temple, because it contradicts this. That was a Roman garrison. It was a Roman building that was in the ancient days of the Philist. So the Palestinians of today are the Philistines or the Philistines of Scripture. And those Philistines of Scripture were directly related to the Egyptians of ancient days. So if you know geography pretty good, Egypt borders that whole Gaza and that whole territory. All that at one point used to be part of Kemet, Kamatha. comma, was a man. It was one of Ham's sons. And that was where was his portion of inheritance. So all that land of quote unquote Israel, all that part of Gaza and all that whole area, Egypt, was all one land lot. And it was historically Egypt. And the descendants. And so when we left Egypt to go to Congo, after you got to remember, Assyria attacked Egypt, was Cush. Egypt was not just Kamatha. Egypt has always been that, for some reason, attacked by his brother, attacked by Gentiles, Europeans, the Greeks, Romans, all through history. So that land now, it really belongs to the descendants of Kamatha, Egypt. All right. Anyway, moving on. So that building over there, that wall has nothing to do with this. All right. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the age? So the end of the world, that where it says the end of the world ain't going nowhere. I brought that out in another video, that he made the earth to dwell. The earth ain't going nowhere. The world ain't going nowhere. It's talking about the end of the age, or the end of this era, right? The end of this time, right? The time we're living in is the time of the reign of the wicked. In Job, it says that the Most High has given the earth into the hands of the wicked. That time has to end, where it talk about in Esdras, I think first or second Esdras, where it says that Esau is the beginning and Jacob is the end that followeth. They like to quote, so that time frame, or the era that we're living in, has to stop. And the time of the righteous to rule is at hand. Okay. And Isaiah answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Messiah, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So remember what he just said in Psalms, that he will never suffer the righteous to be moved. He will never suffer the righteous to stumble, fall, and be consumed. He is our preserver. He is our rearward. He is our rear guard. Remember in Isaiah, in two places, Isaiah, I know one is in Isaiah 58. Okay. The Most High is our protector. And we should fear nothing. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Now, this right here has come to pass already. So many want to contribute that to the tribulation period. The tribulation period is for the wicked, not for the righteous. But the Satan and his ministers have twisted the scriptures around, and those that supposedly so-called are preaching the scriptures and are twisting the words of the Most High around, or word of the Messiah around, whatever. All right. Remember what the Most High has said in Psalms. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Fact. And many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. Fact. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Fact, 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 fact. Has happened, is happening, and will happen. But he that shall endure to the end, unto the end, the same shall be saved. For this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. The Most High is awakening his people. However he does it, however he is doing it, he is doing it. All right. That's why we have to come from the four corners of the earth. That's why it's saying this, that not the gospel that you hear in Sunday school or any first day church or any church, period. You'll be hard pressed to hear the true message of the kingdom in any religious organization or quote unquote church. Hard pressed. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Okay. So the abomination of desolation has taken place when the Gentiles offered swine's flesh in the tabernacle or the sanctuary of the Most High. during the Greek Empire, during the Greek captivity. That was the abomination of desolation. But history repeats itself. So when he said stand in the holy place, so we have to understand that the entire earth is corrupted. Even where the Most High's name has been placed is corrupted. So where are we standing in the holy place? In our minds. In our minds. Having your minds focused on the Most High. Being prayerful in mind. You know, all these things that will sustain us during difficult times. Okay. All right. I think that's going to be it for today. So I hope you'll be encouraged by this message. I know I said a lot of dark things, but that's where we are. That's where we have been. And it has gotten, the earth has always gotten progressively worse. And we should know this. We should not walk through life with rose-colored glasses on, thinking everything is everything, and there's no evil. And don't be deceived in mind. Wickedness is prevailing, but righteousness will prevail always. The Most High will bring us out. Bring us out. I want to tell you a dream I had a while back, a couple of years ago. So in this dream, I'm with two young women. One that's kind of tall, and one is quite a bit shorter. And we're running through a jungle. It would seem like a jungle. And as we're running through this jungle, I'm holding their hands, and we're running. And a soldier chasing us has a weapon, a rifle. And we're running through this jungle, and he's chasing us. And as we're running through this jungle, we come upon a clearing. And in this clearing, there is this gazebo. Hopefully everybody knows what a gazebo is. Most times you see them in a park, where it's like basically a round. It could be, most times you see them, they're round structure that has a roof, and they have pillars to hold up the roof, but it's basically an open structure. And a lot of times they perform like a band, or parties or whatever. But that's basically a gazebo. They could have seats in there. So anyway, come up on this gazebo, right? And we go into this, in the midst of this gazebo, and I grab the two women, and I'm holding them together like this. We're all together like this. Have my hands around both of them to me. And the soldier comes inside the gazebo, and he's just looking around. He's looking around, and he doesn't see us. And he leaves, and that was it. He left, and that was it. The dream was over. If you think you I have a understanding of the dream, but not the complete understanding of the dream. If you think you can help me out with the understanding of this dream, the full understanding, put it in the comment below. I know y'all don't like to comment because y'all don't want me to know who's watching these videos. That's cool. But the Most High will reveal in time all things. So to Yah, Tata and Zombie, Yah Kongo be the glory, the Kimbo. May Tata and Zombie bless thee and keep thee. May Tata and Zombie's face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. May Tata and Zombie lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee salama. Salama, samba salama. Happy Sabbath, Sabbath peace.